Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As I said before, the first video was getting a little too long, so I decided to make a second video, and this one will be about how my kitchen has transformed into a zero waste kitchen, I guess you could say. It's not really a zero waste kitchen, but little changes here and there that I could recommend that could reduce your plastic and help you live more sustainably. So stay with me and check it out. So this is my kitchen. It's very small. We live in a one-bedroom apartment, so it's not very big at all, but it's almost like living in a tiny house, which eventually I'm going to build one day. Just sit down and talk to you guys real quick. We used to eat out a lot. So I go to the University of Toledo, and they have Agave on campus, which is basically like an unhealthier version of Chipotle, and I love Mexican food, so I can eat there like every day. What I've decided was we actually made a menu. I did. My boyfriend doesn't. He doesn't really like the menu, but so you know when you used to be in like elementary school or whatever, and they had a schedule of everything that you would have for like an entire month, like, oh, this week you would eat this week you would eat that, and I was just really bad at changing up what I ate. I would be fine with eating the same thing every day. So I literally had to just force myself to sit down and create a menu of something different every single day for the rest of the month. So when me and my boyfriend like fought about like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna eat tonight, like blah blah blah, like at least be like, hey, look at the menu, man, like, you know, go off that. So it's really made our grocery shopping really easy. Not that easy, but you know, at least you don't have to see whatever, just throw it in the cart. Like at least you have a set number of items that you're buying, and it's really helped my budget out. So back to eating out. Okay, I'll show you real quick. And this is one of the best investments that I've ever invested in. I've never owned a lunchbox before, so having one, it's a lifesaver, like literally. So in here, I go to the commuter's lounge, and they have like a ton of plastic forks, spoons, disposable napkins, and it's just like, dude, that's not my life. Like, I am trying to reduce my waste. So what I have in here is, I don't know if you can see this or not, but it's just one of these napkins that you would see like Olive Garden or whatever, you know, the fancy ones that you just set in your lap. It's basically one of these. These are the ones that I keep in my house, but anytime we want to use it, we just, you know, throw it off. It's good to go. But yeah, pretty simple. We have a lot of them, so as you can see, they're just kind of scattered around the table. We also have disposable napkins, which my mom went to Sam's Club and bought me like a jumbo, like oh my gosh, you can't see this. Okay, so like literally a big pack, like 500 of them, and I'm like, dude, there's no way. Like ever since I've switched to these disposable napkins, oh, it's like literally gonna take me a lifetime to get rid of. I almost just want to like give them away or something, but I don't know, my boyfriend uses it sometimes. So also in here, just put that right there. I also have a little case. I know that people say that you should just use the silverware that you have at your own house, but I don't know, I like having this little case, and I don't really like taking silverware from my own house, but I do every once in a while. Like if we didn't do the dishes in like a day, I have my spoon, my fork, my knife, and it also came with like a little metal straw, which I didn't need because I have like way too many of them. It also came with like metal chopsticks, and I don't know, I don't do chopsticks, so I also keep that in there. A handkerchief, I always keep a handkerchief in like everything that I own. The pack that I bought, it literally came with like 15 handkerchiefs, so I'm just kind of like throwing it wherever I think I'd need it, you know. I don't want to just, oh snap, I sneeze, like, you know, whatever. But yeah, yeah, there's nothing in there. But I bought a whole Tupperware set, so whenever I go to Agave and they have like, you know, the plastic containers or the compostable containers, like I know they're compostable, but if you throw them in the garbage disposal, or not garbage disposal, if you throw them in the landfill, like even if they do decompose properly, like they don't really decompose properly. Like it just releases methane and other toxic gases. So I actually don't have a compost pile. I really want one, but since I live in Ohio, there's like literally no compost piles. Like, and I can't even start one because I live in an apartment. So that's like the downside of living in an apartment, because they don't recycle. They don't do like a lot of things that the city offers. So we have to take our recycling to a recycling facility, which it's like literally right around the corner from Kroger. So it's not even that big of a deal. And I also got my boyfriend a bag because he uses plastic bags all the time to travel with his lunch, and I'm like, dude, we don't even use plastic bags anymore. Like, eventually we're just gonna run out of plastic bags and you're gonna be forced to use your lunchbox. So, and he doesn't use it, whatever. So I also got bamboo paper towels. So, cause I don't know, I really didn't. Wait, okay, never mind. I'm not doing this. They're just like normal paper towels. They tear off, so they're the full sheets. I don't know if you can see that, but it perforates. So once you tear it off, you can't put it back together unless you get a clip or whatever. But we're actually really good at not reaching for the paper towels anymore. Oh my gosh, this is gonna bother me. Ugh. Okay. But yeah, it's really handy whenever we get done with the paper towels. You know, instead of like using a paper towel, wiping the counter or whatever, and then just throwing it in the wastebasket, we literally just rinse it off and we hang it right down there. So I don't know, we have 2 of them going right now. So whenever, and you can also wash them, which is pretty amazing, because who knew that you could wash paper towels? Like, that is just, I love it so much. And then they compost, so when they start to deteriorate, you just throw it away or use it forever, whatever else you want to use it for. But yeah, it's pretty handy. Also, let's see, what do we have in here? We use a lot of silverware, so these are the straws that I was talking about earlier. I got a bag, and they literally came with like so many straws that I just gave it to my mom. I was like, Mom, do you want some of these? And she was really happy that I was like trying to cut back on my waste, and she was glad to take those straws off my hands. So we also got these sponges. Apparently you can wash these in your washer and you can use it over and over again, or you can just hand wash it. We usually just rinse our sponges out really well, and then as you can see, we have our little storage, one to clean the sink, one to clean the dishes. When the sink one gets really nasty, we throw it away, and then we switch the dishes one over to the sink and then get a whole new sponge. It's like whatever kind of system, whatever works for you. But I'm actually really excited to use these. We haven't ran out of sponges yet, so I literally feel like I won't have to buy sponges for like 10 years, guys. Like, this is ridiculous. So I don't care. It's whatever. I'm saving money. I'll be frugal. Every time that we want to throw something away, it kind of forces us. We bought this trash can on We bought this on Amazon, and it's just handy because we just had a waste basket here, and it was such a hard habit to break. Every time we wanted to throw something away, we'd be like, boom, throw in the trash, boom, throw in the trash. Now, as you can see this. We have one for containers and everything, like plastic bottles, and then we have another one for just our trash. So we have the bigger one for our trash. I wish we can compost. I would totally compost that coffee filter there, but whatever, my boyfriend, I don't know, he likes to use those. So we recycle our bottles and everything. We try to put whatever we can in there, like that we know we can, because I know if you don't recycle right, if you don't rinse out the containers right, they will actually just throw away your whole bag, and it's such a waste. So just make sure you're recycling right. If you don't know that you can recycle it, I heard a really good tip is just throw it away. I know it's wasteful, but I'd rather you just throw away something that you don't know it's recyclable or not, rather than having the whole bag thrown out and it's just a waste of time, and it's like, why did I even recycle? So just a hint. I wanted to talk to you guys about my Ninja coffee maker. So we are really big coffee drinkers in this household, and one of the big things is we use a lot of coffee filters, and we don't compost. I know you can compost them. I wish we could, but we can't. So what I did was, this coffee filter actually came with or this coffee machine came with one of these metal ones. I don't know if you guys own these or not, but my boyfriend hates them. I usually don't drink the last sip of my coffee, which like sometimes a little grounds of coffee can get inside of there, so I don't mind it. I usually don't drink the coffee all the way. He hates this thing. He thinks it tastes like it distorts the coffee or whatever. So what I did was I went on Amazon and I heard that there are let me show you, hemp coffee filters. So this, I accidentally bought a size 6 and they didn't have a size 4 that had this like little flat part right here, which a lot of them were just cones. I actually needed like this little flat part because of the way it works. So I just cut it. Yeah, you can see it's like really bad cutting, but it works very well. I don't know how long this will last me, but it's made out of hemp. And I got this because my boyfriend complained about the metal one, so I was like, someone recommended this and they haven't complained, so I got this. I love this so much. Literally, like, it's a lifesaver. Look at this, guys. Like, and we're also a really big fan of Starbucks, so I know this is like whatever, it's not glass or anything like that. I'm sure we can still recycle it, but I actually bought this in bulk because if you buy in bulk it's super cheap, and yeah, it just fills up this giant canister that we have, just one of these, and we got 2 of them for like 7 cents a unit or whatever you call it. And just be careful because coffee, the prices are rising, and I'm actually trying to cut back on my coffee consumption because I'm not trying to spend that much on coffee. So but yeah, these are the ones that my boyfriend uses. They're just paper, and I'm kind of frugal, so I'm like, bro, this is like 3 cents a day, and sometimes he makes like 2 cups of coffee a day and just throws this away every time, and I'm like, dude, that's so wasteful. But you know, you can't change people's lives. It's just like a small, you just kind of have to get used to it over time, or eventually he'll change his ways, but it's just small steps, you know. We do buy compostable, why can't I think of the word, paper, I don't know, compostable plates. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word, but we do buy these. My boyfriend uses it all the time. I'm trying to get him used to just using, like, literally, like, come on now, it's like right here. Like, I even do the dishes. Sometimes he does the dishes, so it's right here. Don't use this. And even if he does use this and it's not that dirty, he'll just like put it back and just use it another day, so it's not that bad. But like if we order at Marco's or something and he whips out these, I'm like, bro, I literally just did the dishes. I don't even care if you use these. Like, come on now. So and another thing that I got was on Amazon. I buy like everything off Amazon, literally. So there's these little metal ramekins. They're like for salad dressing and everything, but you know how I go to Agave like a lot, which I don't do that anymore. I go to Agave like once a month or something like that now, but when I do, I take my little ramekins. I have like a ton of them. I'll show you real quick. This is my pantry. Okay. So up here, we just have, those are all my Tupperware. Apparently, so I know it's not that good of a habit, but we go to Kroger and we buy like the ground beef and the chicken, and usually that is packaged in styrofoam wrapped in plastic, and I'm trying to limit my plastic consumption, especially styrofoam. Who the heck wants to buy styrofoam these days? Like, come on. But yeah, so I actually went to the meat section and they were actually fine with me putting my meat in a Tupperware. So there's that. I just like tell them how much the container weighs, and then they just put the meat in there, or they just weigh the meat on their own little paper thing and then put it in my container. So at least I'm not using plastic and I'm not using styrofoam anymore. The thing is just hauling those giant heavy containers to Kroger to do it every time. Like, they had to ask the manager to make sure it was okay, so that was kind of a hassle. Like, I wish it was just, yeah, why not? Like, but I don't know. And we're also really big milk drinkers in this house, and I love cows, and I just see those systems that cows get put in, and they're just tight spaces and just get, I don't like it anymore. So what I do is I make my own almond creamer and my own almond milk. Like right now, this is just regular creamer that I put in this container, but I bought this whenever I want to make my almond creamer. And I also bought, as you can see, like, we are not living plastic free right now. Like, this is all plastic, but I don't know. We're trying, guys. I actually bought like a ton of gift cards for Kroger one day. So I'm just trying to use, that's just how I budget my money. I buy a whole bunch of gift cards so I don't spend too much money on Amazon. But I'm just kind of regretting that I bought so many gift cards from Kroger, because it's like I can't go to a local produce place or whatever and get my produce there. I can't, and we don't even, it's not like New York or California, like where we have zero waste grocery shopping, which I wish that was a thing, but so I'm not trying to spend my whole paycheck at Whole Foods. So yeah, I'm a broke college kid, so YOLO. But let's see what else. Nothing in there. We do have a Brita, so I know that we don't. Let's just put that back. I love my Brita. We never used to buy plastic water bottles anyways, but we used to have like a little filter on this, and it was just kind of getting annoying. Like, it kept breaking off, so we just decided to get the Brita. This is my calendar of every week there's something different. My school schedule. I'm like super organized, guys. This is like ridiculous, so yeah. Also, let's look up here. As you can see, you can't even see that. Right up there, these are all of my water bottles. I love Contigo. That's like my favorite water bottle type, and coffee cups, and we have like way too many of them, but like I said, my boyfriend doesn't like to use those water bottles. I don't know why. Don't even ask me. He's just weird like that. So he works at Honda, and he has to go to the store and buy giant packs of water bottles. So he thinks that if he goes to the store and carries these heavy water bottles, that he should deserve to use these water bottles. And I'm like, dude, we have so many water bottles. Like, I don't even go through them all in a week. Like, literally, like, he already takes his coffee cups up there, right there. He takes those. So why not take those? That, I don't know, it's just a process. Like, that is one of the easiest things you can switch over, which I mean, I'm happy he's learning. Let's just say that, he's learning. This is a long video. Okay. So yeah, that's my little food chart. It shows you like what day of the week and blah, 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 blah. No one cares. Okay, so these are my seasonings. I wish that we had a place that we could just fill up our little containers. So when I go to buy seasonings, I try to buy the glass ones, even though they're like $7, like ridiculous. Organic. Now that when I go to Kroger, because that coupon or that gift card situation. Whenever I go, I just like, for our oregano, where's that? It's a glass container, but I actually buy the seasonings in bulk because, one thing, it's cheaper. So this is the biggest container that I found for oregano at Kroger. I know it's not really that big, but compared to the original, buying in bulk is a lot better, and then I can just fill this glass one up whenever I need to, and it's just handy when we're cooking. We just need to grab it right here. Here's another one I do. So we have this little container. I know it's like plastic, but we buy the glass ones, and these are so heavy to pick up and pour in food all the time. Not food. Whenever I use it, cleaning products, laundry, whatever. I never use this in food unless I'm like coloring eggs for Easter, but the heavy one, so we just fill this little one up, and it's just convenient to grab out of the cabinet, especially living in an apartment. We don't have that much space, which is okay. We don't really have that much stuff. Same thing with our bottles. So like olive oil, it comes in glass container, which we just switch over to this glass container because it's fancy and it's easy to pour. But one day when a zero waste grocery shop comes along, I can just fill this straight up, and I'm just super excited. Maybe I should invest in one of those or like do it myself. I can become an entrepreneur. I already have finance and accounting under my belt. I can handle that stuff. So I don't know. Maybe not. And we do the same thing with rice. So these are my rice containers. And I decided to buy in bulk because once again we shop at Kroger, and even though they have a bulk section and it says rice, beans, blah blah blah, like they literally, last time I went there was nothing in those containers. Like there was like 20 of them that were just empty. I don't understand. Maybe it's the coronavirus outbreak and people are just bulking up or whatever, but it comes with like a little seal and everything. I know it's plastic. It's so hard to buy things without plastic at Kroger. Like you walk in there and you just want to have like a plastic heart attack. I know I mentioned that I buy in bulk at Kroger, and when I do, so I buy raw almonds, and one time I took my container in there, one of my Tupperware containers. Actually, I'll show you. I took this in there, which just has almonds in it. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm terrible at this. Oh wait, these are not almonds, these are nuts. But it's the same container. But it just makes it handy. So we took our Tupperware in there one time, and the manager was like, oh yeah, they're so cool, of course you can do that. And then when I went up to the counter, I had my container tiered and everything. I had like a little piece of tape on it to tell them how much the container weighed, so that all they had to do was subtract it from whatever many nuts were in the container, you know, how much it weighed minus the tear. And apparently the cashier, she was like an older woman, and she was not okay with that. Like she complained the whole time we checked out. Like I was like, oh yeah, it's okay. They ended up dumping it in a Kroger plastic bag, which I mean, whatever. But now that I go, I just take these little things and I don't have to worry about what I have. I labeled mixed nuts, raw almonds, so I just take these like I would take the normal bags. I just don't forget. When I do make my almond milk, I use this bag. It's not a cheese bag. I forget what kind it is. Let me see. What does it say? Anything there? Whatever that says. It's not even focusing. I don't know. But yeah, it's just really nice. I actually don't know if I like making my own almond milk because it's just like gritty and there's so many minerals in it that it's just like not smooth. So maybe like when I squeezed it out, maybe I should filter it twice. I don't know, but I'm working through that. One last thing that I forgot to mention was when I do make my almond milk, I put it in this little container. I'm sure you guys know where I got this at, Amazon. But it's pretty nice, you know. It has a little pourer there, which is glass, which I like a lot. I wish they sold milk in glass jars. Apparently they do that where my brother lives, and he lives in Wisconsin, so I thought that was pretty cool. We do not. We live in Ohio, so they kind of threw that out forever ago. But it's pretty nice. You just twist it, sealed, so it won't come off or anything like that. You won't even be able to pour. The only downside is you like have to take it off every time you want to pour. So I guess it'll make your almond milk last longer. I don't know. I just figured I'd show you guys. And I also have these lovely bags. I know a lot of people who are like zero waste lifestyle hate these bags, but I just bought them because I'm sick and tired of my boyfriend taking a Ziploc bag and throwing it away every time, which I know you can rinse them out and reuse them until they fall apart or whatever, but they're so handy. Like, look at this. Look at that. Ah, it's so awesome. I love it. But yeah, there's bigger sizes. We have like way too many of them. I just kind of want to like give them away to people because there's no way we can use all these. Like maybe one, I don't know, maybe we might use them, but I doubt it. They just kind of sit in the drawer. We also have this beeswax, which is really handy, but I think mine is just getting really nasty and disgusting, so I just kind of like want to throw it away. We've actually stopped using it because last time I tried washing this, it was just like falling apart, so I don't know about that. And then we also have these bags. These are my produce bags that I take to Kroger, which is amazing because I literally suck at opening up those plastic bags that you get to put produce in. Like, look at this. Boom, boom, boom. That's it. Like, no trying to sit there for like 5 minutes. I literally take 5 minutes to open up one bag. Like, that saved me so much time. And plus, I don't have to use so much plastic. For Christmas, my stepsister got me a gift card to Bath and Body Works. I like never go there, but Bath and Body Works. So I got a whole bunch of soap dispensers that I looked everywhere. Apparently they don't sell any glass containers that you can refill, which I used to have one in the past, and every time I pumped it, it would like get caught in the little tiny metal tube and it would just splatter all over the wall or something. Like, it would just get clogged up all the time. So this is what I got for now. It's actually a really good smell. It smells like apples, but maybe I might just reuse that plastic container because it's really handy. But I also might just like switch to a bar soap or something. So I don't know, something that, just let me know in the comments what I should do because I really don't know. I actually forgot to mention, but when I'm at campus and it's just like I have a really big gap between my classes and the next class doesn't start until like 5:30 at night, like sometimes I get a little sleepy, so I just want, oh, sorry, I touched my face. I know coronavirus, you're not supposed to touch your face, whatever, but so I usually take these to Starbucks and they've been really good about it. Apparently with the coronavirus outbreak, they refuse to take cups anymore because it's like unsanitary, but I literally wash mine like I don't know. It's so yeah, I'm just dealing with that right now. I haven't gone to Starbucks in a while because I usually just make my coffee here in the Ninja coffee, whatever. I don't know. We already have Starbucks coffee, so it's just like whenever I'm feeling really down or like my mom loads money on my card anyways for like Agave or Starbucks, so I just swipe that. It's so convenient. But whenever I go, if I don't have my coffee cup with me, I won't go to Starbucks. If I don't have my lunch bag with all my containers with me, I won't go to Agave. So it's really been tough because I love Starbucks and I'll just like get it every day if I could. But this is my pantry. As you can see, it's a really limited space. So what we do, these are the bags I showed you earlier. I usually just use 4 every time I go. Sometimes I use 3. These are my produce bags. So potato, whatever, I don't even know, garlic, tomato, potato. Okay. And then my 1 banana because we don't even need that many. Like, look at all this. There's so much canned stuff is going on. Shout out to the bread bin because literally our bread used to last like 7 days, not even, and now with this, you can like literally fit so much in there. So we have our bagels, which we got for free. I usually don't buy these bagels, and then we have our hamburger buns and our regular buns. They were literally out of Sunbeam, so that was kind of salty. But on a side note, when I shop at Kroger, I took my bread bags. So I was actually really excited to get these. I was like, yay, I have like my own bread bags. You can't even see that. I have my bread bags. And I went to Kroger and everything was covered in plastic. Like, I don't know, I thought that they just had loaves of bread sitting out and you can just like put it in your bread bag, but apparently not. So I even went behind the counter. Like, I asked the woman who's working behind the counter and I was like, oh yeah, like I see you guys make your own bread here. Is there any way you can just put it in my bag? And they said no. And I was like, really? Like, you make it behind the counter and then you stuff it in a plastic bag. And instead of that plastic bag, like, you can't just put it in here, which I understand, it's whatever. Like, not everyone's gonna be okay with it, but apparently they don't even make their own bread. They just heat it up in their oven. So I actually might just start making my own bread. So sorry, I haven't used these yet. Maybe eventually in the future I will, but just kind of sitting in there. Another trick I do is, so like this is a salsa jar. This is a Prego tomato sauce jar. Like, I just soak the labels in baking soda and vinegar and it peels the label right off, which is really handy. So I just use whatever I can. Instead of buying more mason jars, I've never bought mason jars in my life because if we're gonna buy glass anyways, you might as well put it to use. And another thing I've tried with my boyfriend, I've tried to get the glass jars. Ew, this is nasty. Ugh. Okay, so I get the glass jars, but apparently my boyfriend only likes Jif or Peter Pan, and both of them come in plastic containers, which is super annoying because almost everything else is in glass except these, so I don't understand. But so what I do is oh my gosh, we literally have so much peanut butter. I bought this. So apparently this is sunflower seed butter because this doesn't have any, what is it called? Palm oil. So I think it's like the number 3 is bad, but the number 6 is okay. But so I switched to using this. This was like ridiculously expensive. Like other peanut butter is maybe like $3-4 max. Oh, this is like $9, guys. Like this better last me the rest of my life. Like I honestly don't even use that much peanut butter, so I'll let you know how it goes. I heard that it tastes so much better and it's more creamier, and I don't know. So this is another setup that we have. I know this is like packed because we live in an apartment, but this is for paper. We literally just took out our paper. But whenever I get paper in the mail, I like to unsubscribe so I don't get it in the future because I end up just throwing it away. That is for cardboard. There's like literally nothing in there. But yeah, we literally just took out the recycling. There's like another trash can down there for like plastic bags or like Amazon packaging, which I don't even know where to recycle those at. Like, we don't even have that much. So also down here, I forgot to show you guys. This is so stinking cute. So it says takeout on it, which is awesome. I don't know why I bought another bag, but so when I go to like Olive Garden or whatever, I love Olive Garden, but everything fits inside this bag. Like, let me just show you real quick. So when we go, we usually just get like chicken Alfredo, another pasta, and then we get like a bowl of soup or whatever, and then breadsticks, and like literally everything fits inside this bag. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. Okay, so you see that? Like, the containers fit perfectly in there. Like, I know it's kind of square and everything, but 2 containers, a soup container, and breadsticks, and a mint, and they even have like a little space for your water bottle or whatever. I never use that. But yeah, oh my gosh. I feel like a goofball when I'm like the only one who like has a to-go bag. Because I'm like, oh yeah, I don't need a straw. Oh yeah, I don't need a plastic bag. Like, I was literally tempted to just bring my own Tupperware to the restaurant. But my boyfriend was like hating on me. He's like, bro, don't do that. Like, so whatever, I don't know. He thinks that since like he buys plastic water bottles and just recycles them, that he just thinks that they're just going to be recycled into more plastic water bottles, but actually that's not the case. It's actually, we have like a recycling issue right now in the United States. Sad. But China is actually having a recycling problem on their own, so they actually refuse cycling to the United States, so then we're just offshoring our plastics and to third world countries, and now they're refusing our plastics. So I know like IBM and other places are stepping up their game trying to recycle plastic, but it's just so hard. Like, when a water bottle gets recycled, it will never become a water bottle again. Like, it will either be carpet or something else, but that has like a one-time use. Like, it's really hard to recycle carpet, so I don't know. We just one step at a time, guys. Go with me, okay? And then these are the giant packs that my mom got me from Kroger. We literally have so much plastic. Like, these are just the ones that I took from the restaurant because I don't like to waste anything, and they can't take napkins back once they're at the table, so I like to keep those in my car or something. I don't know, my boyfriend's car. But yeah, we're in a habit of eating through what we have right now, which is probably not the best time considering that, like, they're like, oh yeah, stock up because of the coronavirus, and yeah, we decided to eat everything in our pantry before we go back to the store. Like, the only thing that I really buy at the store now are like fresh produce and bread. Like, that's it. But I actually bought some yeast. So now instead of buying like DiGiorno pizza that's wrapped in plastic and it has a cardboard on top, like, or on the outside of it, I actually think I might just be making my own pizza from scratch. So squishing up my own tomatoes and then making the dough the day before, because it takes like 4 hours to rise, and I'm like, bro, this takes forever to make pizza. But since I have a little calendar, where's it at? Little calendar, like, I know what days we're eating pizza. Like, we usually eat pizza on like Mondays or Wednesdays or something, so I'll make it like on a Sunday or on a Tuesday, so that by the time Monday rolls around, we will have dough, and then we can just make it that way. I haven't done it yet, but it's to come, okay? It's to come. This is another thing that we do. So we have these little fancy ground pepper shakers, and what I do is I go to Kroger and I buy the biggest one, because like literally this is only like a couple bucks more than like the tiny ones, and I'm like, bro, like if I can't get this in bulk, like in those little containers where you pull it down, fill up your own container, like might as well buy it in this, save a couple bucks, and we will like never have to, we don't even use that much pepper, so this will like literally last our entire life, not even joking. I bet that some of you guys saw that we had these in our cupboard. I know that they're really bad to use because they come in a container and you can just get this stuff in bulk usually anyways, like, and I heard that these little tea bags have like, let me see, they have like plastic or something, like I don't know how it works, but like putting plastic in hot water and then drinking it, I don't think that's good for you at all. So I know a lot of people just buy tea and fill it with those containers back where am I those containers back there, and so we have like a ton of tea, so whenever we run out, we honestly don't even drink that much tea. We're more of a coffee type people, so whenever we run out I'll probably do that, but I haven't done that yet, so yeah, little changes.